Thank you. I did circulate my May schedule to everybody. But I do want to highlight just, they're all worth highlighting, but I certainly must highlight the Didsbury High School graduation on the weekend, and what a wonderful looking crew of graduates, and the cap and gown was, I'm just always in awe of the awards and scholarships that are handed out. The community contributed $36,000 towards the scholarship fund this year to fund 11 grads, so that we're getting scholarships. But I brought greetings at the celebration on Saturday night, but I think the biggest highlight of, one of the biggest highlights lately of the high school is the symphonic winds, the minor six, and the band director himself, Kirk Wasmer. So I just want to, you can watch their performances at Nationals on the Chinook's Edge site and high school band site, I believe. Yeah. But while at Nationals, at the Music Fest in Toronto, Kirk Wasmer was presented with the Outstanding Band Director, a national award that he was a recipient of. The Symphonic Winds got a gold standing, and the Minor Six also received a gold standing. And so in light of all that, I think we all love that band, and that program in the schools is pretty amazing. I would just want to point out too that Mr. Wasmer got to graduate with the class. It was pretty cool. His banner's up downtown too. And I pulled out the recognition policy 002-21, recognizing individual groups, businesses for their exemplary commitment and demonstrating excellence, which contributes to enriching the quality of life in Didsbury, making it the place to grow. And at discretion of the mayor, things can happen. So at my discretion, I would like to suggest that we send letters of congratulations, send on behalf of council to the Symphonic Winds, to the Minor Six, and to Mr. Wasmer, and also congratulate him on his upcoming retirement. Although I don't think anybody's celebrating that, I think we want to congratulate him. So if someone would, after a motion to accept the reports, have another motion to send a letter to these groups congratulating them. So you can read my report, but that's the highlight of it. I love grad. It's my favorite time of year as a DHS alumni, so. And so are you. So are you. Anyway, I'll go. Are there any questions about any of the reports? I'll start with Councillor Windsor, Councillor Williams, Deputy Mayor, Councillor McCoy, Councillor Baswick. I just have the tour of the Water Commission. They're going to actually tour the facility and show everybody everything there about how funky it is and amazing. So it might be worth council members to go to that opening.
They'll do a staggered tour time, so people that show up, can't show up until 5, they'll be able to do a tour at 5 o'clock, and those that can't show up till 6, they'll provide a tour at 6 o'clock. So it'll be a staggered tour kind of thing. And besides, they can only handle so many people at a time that you can hear actually when you're in some of the buildings. And so, yeah, there's a lot of work going on there right now with especially the power grid and cleaning up some of the power grid that they've got there. So it'll be a very interesting tour.
Any questions, Councillor McCoy, or more? No. Okay. So I'll have a motion to accept council reports as information. Councillor Windsor.
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. I'll move that council accept the council reports for May 28, 2024 as information.
Call the vote. All in favor? That's carried. And then a motion.
I'll move that we ask the mayor on behalf of council to write a letter of congratulations to the Symphonic Winds, Minor Six, for their performances, gold performances in the Nationals, as well as the award that Mr. Wasmer received, and in addition, a letter congratulating him on his retirement.
Okay, Luana, I know your fingers were Going fast there? So just let me read it back when you're ready.
I'm not a problem at all. So, moved by Councillor Windsor to send a letter of congratulations to Kirk Rosmer and Symphonic Winds for their performance in Toronto, and I'll put in the exact award. I just need to get that. And congratulations to Mr. Rosmer on his retirement.
Minor 6 as well.
And what?
Minor 6, the gold performance is minor 6.
Oh, okay.
And you'll have to look up the
Okay.
actual name of that.
Minor 6?
Yeah.
Isn't it the minor 6?
Yeah, but it's the award of the...
Oh, it's a gold standing. It's a gold standing at the Music Fest Nationals in Toronto. And it's the I dot, like I's initial, Keith Mann, M-A-N-N award.
Yeah, I saw that. You just need
Outstanding band director. All right. I will call the vote. All in favor? That's carried.
Mayor Hunter, there are two other motions in the recommendations. Do you want those as well?
Yes. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself.
That's
Thank you for that. Yes, go ahead with the FCM. Are you making these motions? Is that
I'd be happy to, if that was
okay?
your
Yeah.
desire, yes. Then I'll move that Mayor Hunter, Councillor McCoy, and Councillor Windsor attend the Federation of Canadian Municipalities Convention in Calgary, June 6 to 9, 2024.
Okay. Does anyone have questions? Councillor Williams? Deputy Mayor? Councillor McCoy? Councillor Baswick? Councillor Moore? Councillor Windsor? Okay, I will call the vote then on those three council members attending the FCM convention in Calgary. All in favor? That's carried.
And Mayor Hunter, I'll move that Council approve Mayor Hunter attending the Banff World Media Festival on June 10th and 11th, 2024.
Do you have any questions about that?
I do not.
Councillor Williams?
What is the Banff World Media Festival?
It used to be called the Banff Film Festival, and now it's the Banff World Media Festival. So, if I might add to that for clarification, Mount View Regional Film Office sponsored it, and with the sponsorship, we got 3 registrations. So, and they were $1,900 value each registration. And the film day is Monday, really. I mean, it's a big event, especially for our EDOs, but because I love the film industry so much and no one else can go, I was nominated as part of the contingency by the 3 partners. Any questions from you, Deputy Mayor?
No, I think it's probably a really important thing for us to attend. Speaking with the economic development manager and her passion for it, and knowing what our regional film office is attempting and succeeding to do, I think that we'll probably be more part of that moving forward. So it's good to see that you get to attend that.
Thank you. Councillor Moore, do you have any questions? No. Councillor McCoy?
No.
Councillor Baswick? No. All right. So I'll call the vote then on Mayor Hunter attending the Banff World Media Festival on June 10th and 11th. All in favor? That's carried. And one last. We made that one already. Yeah, that was the first one. Okay, thank you. We have the CAO report for the May 28th meeting. Do you have anything to add to that, Ethan? Okay, so I will take the motion first and then I will go around the table. Do you want to make that motion?
I move the council accept the Chief Administrative Officer's report for May 28th, 2024 as information.
So do you have any questions about the report? Deputy Mayor?
No, just thank you for it.
Councillor Moore, McCoy?
Just about the Butte water wells update, I'm just confused because it's a subcategory. So the Butte updates and the Butte water wells are nowhere near the Butte, I'm assuming. Because if they were part of the Butte, we wouldn't be allowing them to be used at the state we're in, right?
Do you want to clarify? I didn't get the end of that question, so.
I'm just asking if the two are connected at all.
Ethan?
Thank you, Your Worship. Thank you for the question. They're two separate items, so the second one, for lack of a better word, you could call that the golf course, old abandoned wells that we were looking at getting a license for. So that's a separate item than the Butte Tower. So that's just an update on that.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Councillor Baswick? Councillor Windsor?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Hunter. I'm looking at the Butte Water Wells update, and I'm seeing that the town is responsible for the electricity and all the other subsidiary equipment that had to be in there, as well as doing annual meter reporting to AEP. I'm wondering if there's going to be a discussion about what role, financial role, the golf club is going to be required to shoulder in this. There's certainly some expenses to the taxpayer that I think probably should be borne by the golf club for using the water. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a conversation or a proposal with regard to that, whether it's on a per meter basis or whatever the basis is. It seems to me that needs to come forward at some point.
Can you comment on that, Ethan? Or we could have a motion to have that information brought back? You can do both.
Yeah, and I think at this point, as we know more from that, that'll be kind of forthcoming to council with regards to, I think at this point, but certainly we could bring some more clarification on that with regards to that question, sure.
So I think we'll have a second motion just to have, you would have to frame that as to what, for the motion, if you're interested in having financial information and costs and impacts to the impacts on utilities and whatnot. So that will be your motion to form after we voted this one. Councillor Williams?
No?
Councillor Moore, any questions?
No.
No, and I know we asked for this to come back because we did an update to the community in January, and I would look forward to having an update before the summer starts. So reading that the bids are coming in mid-June and we'll have them dealt with June 25th, then I would anticipate at that point I would be asking for an update to the community just to follow up from our January update. Deputy Mayor?
Through the chair, we had a motion out there for trying to get rights for the water, I think, water rights or licensing. And if I'm not correct, do we not have that already coming back? Or is Craig not, are we doing a redundancy here or
No,
or not?
like he's got that temporary diversion license. Maybe that's a question you want to ask Ethan, because the temporary diversion, he was thinking he could also get a different type of license that would be permanent. So I think they're two different things in costs. Do you want to?
Great.
Do you want to respond to that, Ethan, about the licensing?
Thank you, Your Worship. I think, yeah, I think the best thing is to identify what exactly, and maybe the motion would be to request that operations, that the administration provide what is, I guess, an update more on what exactly it is that you're wanting to know. Maybe that would be defined in a motion, because I'm still not quite sure exactly what the question is.
I think I could paraphrase it for you. Okay, we'll take turns doing that. I believe that Craig was looking into different types of licenses, and he's come back with his temporary diversion license, so maybe an explanation of what that means. And it does say that they're going to monitor it and do annual reporting, so that maybe that's relative to getting a more permanent license, or maybe it isn't. So I would think Councillor Windsor's is more about costs to the town and our ratepayers, and yours would be just an explanation on what licensing, is this the end of our licensing quest, or if there's going to be more?
Yeah, I just wondered where,
licensing on it had ended up. And my reason for that is that if we didn't get any license and we weren't allowed to pump it, then we should just decommission it and there wouldn't be any power use. So that was more, I didn't know if that information had come back to us.
We can ask for that. Councillor Bowser, you had another comment?
Just briefly, through the chair, I'm thinking that because these are wells, they're not connected to the water supply system of Didsbury. So they may have local metering, but they wouldn't have metering that affects the town. And the costs, I'm thinking, would probably be the infrastructure to pump the water, which would probably involve electricity. That's about it. But the cost of water would be negligible because it would be coming from a well. So I think the costs aren't going to be exorbitant, just an opinion. I don't know if that computes with this or not. You know?
Well, I think the motion will be to bring the costs back so we would understand them. So we don't have to hypothesize. We will know they'll be in front of us. So, and then council can make a decision on what to do with them.
I stand corrected.
Thank you. That wasn't my intent. I was clarifying what the motion might be. All right. I think we've exhausted all questions and comments. So we have a motion to accept the Chief Administrative Officer report for May 28th as information. I'll call the vote. All in favor? That's carried. And Councillor Windsor?
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. This might be a little rough, so we might have to stumble through this a little bit, but I'll move that Council Direct Administration to bring back a financial overview of the costs to date and of the provision of water from the Butte water wells to the golf club and options for financial recovery of those costs.
Go ahead. Let's read it back.
Moved by Councillor Windsor that administration provide a financial overview of a cost to date and provision of water from the new water wells to the golf club and options for financial recovery of those costs.
The only correction I would make is that it's not new, but the Butte water wells.
What did you say?
Butte water wells?
Butte. I thought you said new.
My apologies.
And I thought they're not new.
Kind of they are, but okay. Questions on that, Councillor Williams?
Thank you, Mayor. So are you like looking for the golf club to pay back some of for the water usage? Can you explain the reasoning behind this motion a little bit?
Thank you, Roger. Being in a rural and having my own water well, I know what it costs to run the power to get water into a facility. And so this is going to be drawing water and pumping it into the golf course reservoir for distribution for their irrigation. And I don't think that that should be a burden on the taxpayer. I think that that should be a burden on the golf club. And maybe there are other costs, there's reporting costs, there's administrative costs, we have required to put in a meter. So I think there's some costs there that maybe, and this is just for consideration for council, there's some costs there that maybe the golf club should be paying instead of our taxpayers. Because it is for the benefit of the golf club.
Question?
That's my question, thank you.
Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, until the costs come back, I don't know that we should be trying to download them onto anyone. They may come back very minimal. So I would rather see what those costs are and then explore that option of recovery. If we find that the costs are exorbitant, that would be my preference.
Councillor McCoy?
I could support it.
I have nothing more to add to this topic.
All right, thank you. Councillor Moore? I have no, I always support getting information, so I would support that too. So just read that back one more time, Luana.
Moved by Councillor Windsor that administration provide a financial overview of a cost to date and provision of water from the Butte water wells to the golf club and options for financial recovery of those costs.
All right. No, I don't. You want it one more time?
Okay.
Okay.
Please.
Moved by Councillor Windsor that administration provide a financial overview of a cost to date and provision of water from the Butte water wells to the golf course and options for financial recovery of those costs.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay. I will call the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, Councillor Moore was in favor, so there was 6 in favor.
Excuse me.
Yes. Councillor Windsor's advised me he would need to leave at about this time for a brief period. Did you want to follow up with your motion to understand the licensing better?
No, I didn't need a motion on
Okay.
that. I mean, I think we'll get an update. That was what I was
Okay.
wondering if we had an update yet, because I know, or I believe that Craig was working on that. So I just didn't remember seeing it come back yet. So that's why this question kind of startled me that I don't even know if we're going to be allowed to pump water out of there, I guess. That was more my question. I didn't have a motion.
Okay. Thank you then. We can move on to item 7.1, bylaw 2024-06, amending land use bylaw 2019-04, administrative updates. Someone make the motion? Councillor Williams? Councillor McCoy?
Thank you. I'll make a motion that council grant first reading of bylaw 2024-06, amending land use bylaw 2019-04, administrative updates.
All right. Any questions, Councillor McCoy?
No.
Deputy Mayor?
No, not at this time.
Councillor Moore? Councillor Williams?
Not at this time.
Councillor Baswick?
Not at this time.
Okay, I don't have any either, it's just first reading and we'll go to public hearing, so I will call the vote on first reading of bylaw 2024-06, amending the land use bylaw. Call the vote, all in favor? That's carried.
And that council set June 25th, 2024 as the public hearing for bylaw 2024-06, amending land use bylaw 2019-04, administrative updates.
Okay, and I'm not gonna ask if there's questions about that, because it's just a public hearing. And we're all about saving time, right? So I will call the vote on the public hearing date of June 25th. Yes. All in favor? That's carried. We have item 7.2, bylaw or policy FIN 005, accounts receivable. And I'm just got my papers in a mess, so give me 1 second. You'd like to make that motion, Councillor Baswick?
I move to refer FIN 005, accounts receivable policy, to the Financial Planning Committee for review and recommendation.
All right. Any questions, Councillor Baswick? Councillor McCoy?
No.
Deputy Mayor? Councillor Moore? Councillor Williams? All right. I will, seeing no questions, to refer the FIN 005 to the Financial Planning Committee. I'll call the vote. All in favor? That's carried. Item 7.3, policy COUN 012-24, land sale and acquisition. Deputy Mayor?
I move the council refer policy COUN 012-24, land sale, to the Policy and Governance Committee for review and recommendation.
Okay, Councillor Windsor has returned. We just had the motion on page 40, land sale policy. So the motion's made to refer it to the Policy and Governance Committee. Do you have any questions or comments, Deputy Mayor?
No, just thank you for the preliminary drafting of it, and I look forward to it coming to the committee.
Councillor McCoy?
No comment. Thanks.
Councillor Baswick?
I'm fine with it.
Councillor McCoy? No. Councillor Moore?
No.
Councillor Williams?
Looking forward to discussing this at the Policy and Governance Committee. I have some questions and look forward to that.
Councillor Windsor?
Thank you, no.
No questions. Thank you.
Okay. I would just ask that if the committee's interested, they have the draft land sale policy from 2009 available to them for review. If they would be interested in that, and administration could provide that. Since I'm not on the committee and I've seen it, it might be valuable and it might not. So I will call the vote on referring policy COUN 012-24, land sale, to the Policy and Governance Committee for review and recommendation. All in favor? That's carried. We're on to business. Item 8.1, land sale proceeds, 2500 15th Avenue. Is anybody prepared to make a motion? Councillor Windsor?
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. I'll move that council refer the proceeds from the sale of 2500 15th Avenue to the Financial Planning Committee for review and recommendation.
Do you have any comments on that?
I do, thank you, Mayor Hunter. I think that probably some of the situations we've experienced over the last little while have indicated that it would be good to have an asset management program in place. So I would like to see at least some of the funds go towards that. And there are some other programs that we talked about in the strategic plan. One of them being CHAMP, and I think that would be another one that might be something that can be considered. Although you probably wouldn't fund that directly, it would probably go into the contingency reserve, and then could be funded. That program could be funded out of that reserve. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I would like to see it split between the asset management and the contingency reserve.
Great. Councillor Williams.
I agree with Councillor Windsor. I think I would like to see the proceeds being split up, and I'm looking forward to see what the committee comes back with.
So when we have two like-minded committee members, it's more hopeful, isn't it? Oh, you know, well, I guess it's not like-minded then. And Councillor Moore.
No question.
Deputy Mayor.
No questions, just a comment. I look forward to seeing you come back.
Councillor McCoy.
No questions, just looking forward to reviewing
Councillor Boswick.
I'll wait for the recommendations, thank you.
Okay. And I put my faith in this PGC to bring back a good recommendation, and we do have outstanding items in our strategic plan, so I'm sure they will consider those. So we have a motion. I don't know why I'm losing my papers today. It's better than losing my mind, I guess, but we have the motion to refer the policy to the PGC for review and recommendation. Call the vote, all in favor? That's carried. Yes, we have item 8.2, the Desjardins insurance write-off.
So this was, I think my question last time was regarding this, and I've read the discussion, and I understand the explanation of it. So I would move that council approve the write-off of the Desjardins Insurance 2021 fire call in the amount of $2,205.
Do you have any comment? Oh, you did have your comments, but you want to have any more?
No.
Councillor Williams?
All questions were answered in the discussion.
Okay. Councillor Windsor?
No additional questions, Mayor Hunter.
Councillor Boswick? Councillor McCoy? Councillor Moore? All right, so we have a motion to approve the write-off of the Desjardins Insurance 2021 fire call in the amount of $2,205. Call the vote, all in favor? Opposed? Did you raise your hand, Councillor Moore? I missed it if you did.
Yes, I did. I'm sorry, it kind of faded in my face.
Yeah, it does, because you're not really in.
Find another spot to put it. Is it better for here?
Yes, it is. Your left hand is better. Okay, thanks. Okay, we have item 8.3, the Alberta Municipalities Resolution to second the City of Airdrie's motion to review the Provincial Animal Protection Act. The review of Councillor Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to second the City of Airdrie's motion for Alberta municipalities to advocate to the Government of Alberta for a comprehensive review and update of the Alberta's Animal Protection Act.
Any questions on that?
No.
Really looking forward to the debate on it at Alberta municipalities.
Councillor Windsor.
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. In the background, it refers to an SPCA seizure that occurred in the Mountain View County near Didsbury. I'm the only one that lives in a bubble, but I don't know what that is, and it would be nice to know what that is. Because I don't know what that is and how it relates, I would have to vote against this motion.
Are you asking for that answer about the SPCA, or are you just not supporting it because you don't know?
Well, I guess I could ask the question, Mayor Hunter, I have no idea what it is, so I don't know what I would ask. So I guess what the SPCA seizure was and how that relates.
Do you have that answer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll let you go first.
Thank you, Mayor. I just quickly searched up it. Well, SPCA, on April 23rd, Tuesday, they seized over 80 dogs in distress, 80 animals in distress from a property in Manitoba County from lack of care, and police were also on the property at that time. So, and under SPCA's rules and regulations, they have the ability to seize animals if they don't think they are being properly cared for or treated for. I can also send you the link to the news article.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. I guess, how does this relate to Airdrie? Why is it Airdrie that's doing the motion if it's something that happened in Mountain View County?
I can also ask that.
Well, I don't know that you can answer about Airdrie's intent.
I think I can. Just because SPCA also did a investigation in a company in Airdrie, so that's why I think where this motion came from. It's because of that.
So I think really what the city of Airdrie is asking us is just to second this for the discussion at the Alberta Municipalities Resolution session. And of course you'll make your vote based on the information you have. Have your questions been answered? Councillor Baswick? Councillor McCoy? Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, I'll always support the advocacy for the humane treatment of animals. It was a aborted conditions, it appeared. So I would definitely second that motion. The more we can do to care for these helpless animals, I will always support.
Councillor Moore? No, and I have no comments either. The Alberta Municipalities membership will decide if it's a worthy resolution, I guess. So we have a motion to second the City of Airdrie's motion for Alberta municipalities to advocate for the government of Alberta for a comprehensive review and update of Alberta's Animal Protection Act. I will call the vote. All in favor? Opposed? That's carried. So we have Cape Strategic Sector Committee, and I would like to suggest that the motion is to bring this item back to the June 11th council meeting, so that I must say that I don't believe I had the time to engage with councillors and ask them if they'd like to put their name forward on this committee. We need some financial implications and impacts of it, and get the motion formed appropriately based on better background information. And I'll certainly take it, since it's from the Office of the Mayor, I'll take the accountability for deferring it hopefully to June 11th, and I'll do better to get that information back to the table. So someone would like to make that motion to bring it back?
I move the council bring back the Cape Strategic Committee request to the June 11th meeting. I don't know how to quite word it. I don't know what this thing is.
It's asking if any
Yeah.
councillors want to be on those committees, and that has to be in for the AGM. I think there's a deadline.
Yeah, in that motion, I also need the financial impact
Yeah.
to the community. So to bring back information and financial impact, and if there's anyone that wants to put their name forward for it
Yeah.
to the June 11th meeting. That really didn't come off that smooth, but did you get the essence?
She's wordsmithing it. I do realize the deadline is June 10th.
Yeah, so that's what, is there, what do you do the day after the deadline?
Well, I certainly will reach out to Cape too and take all responsibility. If we have it in first thing the 12th, I'll ask them for that. And I mean, there's, other than sit here and not have, we don't have the financial impact. We don't have the names of any councillors that are interested. And then it would be a lengthy discussion, I believe, or maybe it wouldn't, but we still don't know the financial impacts. And the time commitments and the whole schedule of the thing. So the other part of that, I apologize for my indecision right now, but we could ask if anybody's interested, but it would be pending our approval of June 11th based on the information that's returned. So, or we could let it stand and I could plead with Cape to overlook my, go ahead, Deputy Mayor.
Well, we could receive information right now if anyone's planning on putting their name forward.
Yeah.
That doesn't change it. I can't vote in favor of anything without the financial implication of it. So we can certainly, we don't have to have that in the motion. Whoever's interested, I think at this point could just come forward now and say that then we would know then going in what that probably is a better thing to do, because if 6 councillors want to do this, it's going to really be a different financial implication. So
Yeah, because we can always withdraw the name.
you can withdraw the names, but we can decide.
Okay.
That-
Would you like to put your name forward? So
No.
first of all, I'm going to ask you to withdraw that motion, then we'll make a new one to bring it back to. I mean, well, no, we're going to bring it back June 11th. Actually.
Yeah.
And then we'll carry on with another motion of names.
Okay, so I'll withdraw that motion, and my motion will be to bring back financial implications and time commitments for joining, for a councillor or councillors joining this committee
Yeah.
to the June 11th meeting.
And we have to approve.
Committees.
But we would also have to approve, in principle, pending the information we receive back, say if Councillor McCoy wants to put her name forward. So we'd have to approve those names pending the June 11th information, but at least it would be submitted by June 10th and we could withdraw it if we had to.
But I can't do that without knowing what that implication is. Then we've already approved that they're on it, so I'm not comfortable with that. All I need to know is who's interested. You could let Kate know that 2 people are interested, and here's the dilemma that we have. But if I approve 2 names to go on it, pending it, I don't. Then we're asking to withdraw. I don't.
If they don't accept our late applications, though, then everybody's at elect that's interested. So we're asking them to accept late applications. I think it's easier for us to withdraw names than ask them to consider my tardiness in getting information. So.
But if we pass a motion, again, I mean, this may be a silly question, but if we pass a motion approving someone, can we go back and unpass it? Or do we have to wait that 6-month period to address it again?
We word it so that we could withdraw that name if we disagreed with the financial impacts.
So then the motion should be that we approve Councillor, whoever puts their name forward, we pending the return of financial impact on the town of, I don't know how many are putting their name forward for the motion, so pending, just pending the financial impact. And if that financial impact isn't acceptable, we will withdraw their names
Yeah.
in the motion.
So you weren't interested in, so you guys can wordsmith that
I
while
was
we
not.
talk. Councillor McCoy?
I am.
Okay. Councillor Baswick? Councillor Moore?
No.
Councillor Windsor?
Yes, but only on the Manufacturing, Emerging Technology and Natural Resources Committee.
Okay.
Yes, and I would be interested in the transportation or agribusiness.
Okay.
Agribusiness is approved.
Yeah. You're going to apply for both? You can. Yeah, that's fine. No, I don't. I'm on the board, so I don't. Yeah, I'm not going to apply for committee.
Yeah, I'll apply for both.
Okay. So the motion then, Luana, you have something crafted that we can,
Okay. Moved by Deputy Mayor Engel to approve in principle Councillor McCoy's, Councillor Windsor, and Councillor Williams' nomination pending nomination to I'm just going to add sector committee, strategic sector committee, pending the return of information on the financial implications and time commitments, and bring this item back to the June 11th, 2024 regular council meeting.
is that your motion?
I would ask,
Oh, sorry, did you have your hand up?
no, I would just
Oh.
ask advice on that. Does that
Sure.
make sense?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, through the chair. Yes, I mean, we don't want to overthink this. I think it's fine. I think you're approving in principle. And really, it's just subject as long as it's not some onerous, they're meeting every 2 days kind of thing. I don't anticipate this being any more of an onerous thing than, for instance, an AB Munis committee, which again, they meet sporadically and it's not a huge cost. So I see this as being a similar thing. I don't anticipate the implications being significant for this.
Okay, we have a motion. Read one more time and then I'll call the vote.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Engel to approve in principle Councillor McCoy's, Councillor Windsor, Councillor Williams' nomination to a Cape Strategic Section Committee pending the return of the information on the financial implications and time commitments, and bring this item back to the June 11th regular council meeting.
Okay, I'll call the vote. All in favor? That's carried. We have item 8.5, the art banner program. Councillor Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to refer the art banner submissions to the committee of the whole for recommendation.
Okay, do you have any comments on that or questions?
Nothing to hold me. I'm looking forward to the submissions.
Councillor Windsor?
No questions, Mayor.
Councillor Johnson?
Just a comment on that. I found it, what are we going to do with the grads next year? I found it very disappointing that our new principal, in his wisdom, determined that he didn't want the grads to stand under their banners and that was such a welcoming parade that we had years past, and so many people look forward to it, and it was a really great day in Didsbury to drive by and salute all our grads. If that's going to be common practice by this individual who's in charge of a high school, perhaps we should forego the banners themselves, because there's no point in putting them up. That's the comment I have on the recent results of this banner program. Thank you.
All right, Councillor McCoy.
I'm really excited about this project, and we have a lot of our people in our community, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of it, and I hope it's great.
Deputy Mayor? Councillor Moore? Yeah, I'm excited to see them all too, so We'll have some fun at the committee of the whole. I will call the vote then to refer the art banner submissions to the committee of the whole for recommendation. All in favor? That's carried. We have the pre-summer visioning, item 8.6. Councillor Bazook, do you want to make that? I missed your hand last time, so I apologize for that.
I would move to set the pre-summer visioning session on June 24th, 2024, and to change the start time of the visioning MDP workshop to 4:30 p.m.
Okay. Any comments on that? Councillor Bazook? Councillor McCoy? Deputy Mayor?
I will be in town on the 24th. I can be in person.
Councillor Moore?
No comments.
Councillor Williams?
I would prefer that the visioning MDP workshop be on the different day of the different day. No, sorry. Are we planning 2 events on the same day, or is this one?
Yeah, we already had the MDP scheduled for the 24th,
Yeah.
so we just added we added the pre-summer visioning to it.
Yeah, and I think there should be. I think both events should be on 2 separate days.
Oh, all right. Councillor Windsor?
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. I will be, I don't know how I can vote for it because I won't be here, so I will be voting against this motion.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. So we do have we can show that on our votes, I guess, how this will happen to set the pre-summer visioning session on June 24th and to change the start time of the visioning MDP workshop to 4:30 p.m. I will call the vote. All in favor? Opposed? That's carried. I'll just tell you, I should have said that earlier, but I'll just tell you what Councillor Moore votes against.
Thank you.
Item 8.7, Committee of the Whole meeting. Councillor Williams?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to set the committee of the whole meetings for June 11th, 2024 and June 25th, 2024 at 4:30 for the outlined committee business.
Everybody understands that all this hard work will get you 8 weeks off after that, at the end of June. So do you have any comments on that? Councillor Windsor?
Thank you again, Mayor Hunter. Because I'm not going to be there, I don't know how I can vote in favor of it, so I will be voting against this motion.
Councillor Bazook?
And lunch will be served. I will be there.
And your lunch?
You having a late lunch that day? Councillor McCoy?
What was the question?
It's on page 65.
Can you,
Committee of the Whole meetings,
yes.
just so we can have them before council meetings and not schedule extra nights.
I like it being the same week as the council meeting for 2 reasons. One, it's fresh in your head.
And it doesn't put it all to length in one night's meeting. And so I could support it. But I don't want any pens stabbed my way.
No, pencils.
There are pencils.
I think we'll just hire Councillor Bazook to turn your mic on for you all the time. Because she forgets, doesn't she? Deputy Mayor?
I'll be there on the 11th, not on the 25th. So I don't know how to split my vote. So I will vote in favor of it.
Okay. Councillor Moore?
Just wondering if Deputy Mayor and Councilor Windsor can't be there on the 25th, if it might be possible to schedule that one for another day.
Well, it is already, well, I don't think we want, I I'm going to have gee, I'm stuttering and stumbling. I apologize, I'll start again. I think this is the motion that's been made, and if it's defeated, then we would look at alternative dates.
I won't defeat it, I'm just wondering if other dates have been considered. It sounds like June 11th might work, but maybe the 25th might be difficult for more than one. Can we split it? We can ask to split a vote. To split a motion.
I know we can, I just, I think,
We split.
Deputy Mayor?
So thanks for your concern, Councillor Moore. Unfortunately, the 11th, I can be at. We already have 2 meetings on the 24th, and I am out of town on the 25th and not available. We have a council meeting that night, and that kind of takes me through the end of that week, so I don't know. It may be extremely difficult, and I don't expect the rest of council to change their schedule for me, so I'm okay with them going ahead with it.
Yeah, and it's just ease of not so many nights, so I'll call this vote, and if it's defeated, you can certainly bring back another motion. I would think, Ethan, guide me on this, we could bring back another motion with 2 separate dates, but this one would dictate on where we head with that, because it might, if we have majority vote to go ahead with those 2 dates and times, then we will.
Yeah, thanks for the question. So if the motion's defeated, then yes, there could certainly be a follow-up motion for one at a time.
All right, so we have a motion to set committee of the whole meetings for June 11th and June 25th at 4:30 for the outlined committee business. I'll call the vote. All in favor? Do that again. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, Councillor Moore and Councillor Windsor are opposed, so that's carried. And we have item 8.8, 2024 Community Grant Program. Councillor Baswick.
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. I move to refer the 2024 community grant applications to the Financial Planning Committee for review and to bring back recommendations for funding to council.
Do you have any comments on that? Councillor Baswick? Councillor Windsor? Councillor Williams? Councillor Moore? Deputy Mayor? Councillor McCoy? All right, so we are going to the motion is to refer the 2024 grant applications to the FPC for review and to bring back recommendations to council. Call the vote. All in favor? It's carried. There is no correspondence and information. I will go around the table with council highlights, and I don't think I have started with Councillor Moore tonight yet, so I have acknowledged that, and I'm asking you first then. Council highlights for tonight.
We continue to perfect our land use bylaw. It needed a lot of work, and I'm really glad that we're moving forward with some innovative and modern developments.
Thank you. Councillor Williams.
Thank you. I'm going to go with 8.3, seconding City of Evergy's motion to review Provincial Animal Protection Act.
Councillor Windsor.
Thank you, Mayor Hunter. I will choose the land sale proceeds and where we can allocate that to be the best benefit for the community.
Councillor McCoy? No. Councillor Baswick's before you.
I wasn't paying attention. No, did we do I'd like to, the Staff Sergeant Brown's report, I think was concise, and I like brevity, as you know, and he got to the point and gave us the best information on the things we needed to know. And I always appreciate listening to what our RCMP are doing. And the walking down the street is going to be a real plus for our community. Thank you.
Councillor McCoy?
This is my favorite thing. I am going to say the art band program moving forward. I think it's going to be very exciting. Deputy Mayor?
My favorite thing on the agenda tonight was not on the agenda. It was in Mayor Hunter's report. And just really excited about what our Minor Six and Symphonic Winds did, and congratulate, I almost called him Lieutenant Wasmer, but that's not who it is. It's Mr. Wasmer on a great career, and that was my highlight tonight.
Thanks for that. Well, I'm going to say that I was worried that Phil wasn't going to show up, and he got here late. And I appreciate Carl McDonald being here tonight too. So I appreciate our gallery presence, and even though Leanne and Tracy, even though they didn't get asked any questions, appreciate their attendance. Just the case they did.
That's two.
Is it? Well, it's 4 people, but it's one thing. Okay. So, are there any questions from our gallery? And by the way, your wife has a wonderful drawing of you there, I saw.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, it's on Facebook, but
It's appropriate.
there's no second guessing who it is.
I'm glad you clarified that, Phil.
Yeah. Okay, so with no questions being asked then, I thank our gallery for being in attendance. And I will have a motion to go close at 7:25 p.m.
I can move that. We'll move to go to closed. at
All in
7:25.
favor? That's carried. 2-minute break, Councillor Beswick?
Everyone else gets three.
I've been seeing you
How
for
are
so
ya?
long.
We never
You
get
can't
close
see
to
me
it.
behind there.
Yeah, nice to see you. Thanks for coming. In person. Yeah, because last time I was just in Street. Yeah, I forgot I was on.
I need a ride home. Oh, we're sitting there waiting. Oh, thank you. Just put that out there so I'm not. No, I drop mine off at the mechanic while I'm gone.
Oh, I thought your car was here.
No. We're ready. Okay, we have item 12.1, the organizational update. Councillor Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to accept the organizational update as information.
Call the vote. All in favor? Oh, everybody watch. That's carried. Item 12.2, Deputy Mayor.
I may need a little help with the wording on this, but I move the council approve the ESA for the lands at 2134 22nd Street, and that we approve up to $50,000 for that endeavor out of the Strategic Reserve Fund.
You'll catch that.
We'll put that in the strategic reserve contingency fund.
Yeah.
With their proper name on it. Joss already has it.
Okay. I will call the vote. All in favor? Councillor McCoy, are you voting?
I'm not
Are you
in
opposed?
favor.
Opposed? Okay, we had one opposed. Councillor McCoy is making the Alberta Mid-Sized Town Mayor's Caucus update.
I will accept this as information.
Call the vote. All in favor? That's carried. And the Special Purpose Committee update.
So I will move that council approve the amendment of the terms of reference of the Special Purpose Committee in the timeline section, adjusting the final report and opinion from the lawyer from May 28, 2024 to June 25, 2024. Regular council meeting.
Okay. And so how will we get that? Anyway, I'll call the vote. All in favor? I was just going to talk about the administrative part of it. Like you would look after giving everybody a new copy. Okay, so I will call for a motion to adjourn at an amazingly early 8:31 p.m. Councillor McCoy, that wasn't fair. Councillor Basil likes to make that.
It's not fair to me.
Okay. Councillor McCoy made the motion. All in favor? That's carried.
He put his pen away.